Okay, welcome to Minecraft. But not normal Minecraft. This is Snapshot 21W06A. Now, why, do you ask, am I in this world? Well, because this is the first Snapshot world that has had terrain generation changes. And my dog is barking like crazy. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Anyway, I have been super excited for this aspect of it. Aspect? Apparently, my dog's barking is, influencing my speech. I have been excited for this aspect of it for quite some time, so thought I would hop into my old world, which I can't load because they're not allowing loading of old worlds. So let's create a new one. Okay, so here are the terrain changes that took place. This doesn't look very different, and that's because this isn't going to look very different. At least I don't think it should. The difference is bedrock is no longer at y0. It is at now y negative 64. And the ceiling is now positive 380, which leaves, no, it's 320, which leaves a build height difference of 384 blocks. But all the terrain changes are actually underground. There's no mountains of yet. This is just the cave and cliffs, the cave part of the cave and cliffs update. So let's take a look. Oh, okay. Well, this looks impressive. Wow. Okay. Give me a second. There's a lot to take in here. All right. So I've had a minute to look around. And a couple of things I've noticed. The mine shafts look slightly bigger than usual, and we've got the new vine blocks right here, which put out a low light level of like 3 or 4. They don't grow on their own, but you can bone mill them. The purple blocks we're seeing in the distance over there, you can see one right there, that's actually an amethyst geode. And the amethyst will grow on them, and then you can harvest them. You see the blocks with the X's on them. Let's go back into creative. And that is called a budding amethyst, and these shards will grow on top of them. So if we change the game rule, nope, it's not that. It's random tick speed, and we change it to 9,000. Speed it up, and you can see how everything grows on it. And the cool thing about these is it's, ooh, pretty. It's on every single side. You can mine these with the silk touch. You cannot mine these with the silk touch. But it is every side of this. So I don't know if we're ever going to be able to make these blocks using the amethyst geodes, but that's real gorgeous. This is calcite. This is tough. I don't know if these are ever going to be something that we can craft either, but they come around as part of every single geode that shows up. The stalactites and stalagmites do show up, but you have to set the biome differently. You need to set it to very specifically a stalactite biome, and then they do show up and you can play with them. Otherwise, I believe in here they do show up as part of your crafting. Dripstone. They're known as dripstone and a powdered snow bucket. So the dripstone, you can stack on top of each other like this and make them bigger. And if mobs fall on them, it kills them. You can use the dripstone to make this dripstone block, which means there's going to be some way at some point to be able to grow these. Right now, they don't. Once you break them, they just kind of fall apart and they don't come back. But this texture is very, very strange. And I'm sure it's going to have some really nifty uses as far as building goes. And the sound is a little bit odd too, but I don't mind it. And of course, here's the copper block. It looks like it's actually already partially oxidized. So you can see that this system goes on quite a ways. It is immense, all the different various caves and cave sizes and whatever. I'm really looking forward to this part of it because the hunting for different things are again just going to change everything completely if you can find one of these. I mean, simply put, I mean, look at this. There's diamonds right there, and it's just sitting in the face because the more exposed. There's another one up there. Caves are great for diamond hunting because it's just more exposed blocks, and it's more areas that you can go and find. Actually, this makes me wonder. It's ghostly. Makes me wonder what this looks like with my current world seed because I was not planning on resetting my world. I set a border of a 6,000 block radius, and then I would move the border after the update happened. Kind of dependent on what it looked like afterwards, because I didn't want huge, massive, like, eh, mountain cliffs everywhere, all the way around my world border if I could avoid it. So I kind of wonder what under my world looks like with the current world setup and generation. I have loaded this world in an earlier 1.17 snapshot, and it does look different from a 1.5, which looks even more different from a 1.15. Oh, excuse me, a 1.16 versus 1.14. Even in 1.15, it's very different. It's really kind of weird. In a 1.15 world, just over there somewhere, like this whole thing opens up, and there's like this caldera in the side of it. But in 1.16, it kind of went back to looking like how it kind of did in 1.4, which is a little bit strange. Hey, look, there's a bee nest. I wonder if that's consistent or random. I don't know. Bees, I had such difficulty time finding bees. So, this is what my world looks like basically right now with some slight differences because this is all one landmass. The savanna is the same. This is the same. But that's not what we're here to see. Let's go underground. Okay. Wow. This is what? Oh my. I'm a bit stunned. Holy. This is. Okay, I'm a little stunned in silence. I love the spires that's holding up the structure, and I mean it's clear to bedrock. This is enormous. Okay, I wasn't gonna reset, but I kind of want this underneath my world somewhere because I'm sorry, but this deserves like a gigantic red dragon hoarding a hoard of gold, kind of like Smog from Lord of the Rings. This is this is enormous. I don't even. What in the world? Just what in the world? Holy cow! This just goes and goes. Oh man! Wow, look at the generation of this. It even removed it. There's an amethyst geode down here. The mine shafts. Mine shafts in my sea were always a bit weird. But that's a pretty good sized mine shaft. There's another one over here. That makes me. Oh, 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 oh. Dude. Okay, I'm. All right, so I have this idea, and I might regret doing this. Another one. For a long time, I ran a mod called Multiverse that allowed me to bounce between worlds, and it would load them both. And then I could transfer inventories from one world to the next. I'm actually tempted to multiverse 117 and have a second world loaded that is this gen and this seed, so I have access to this cavern to build in without like destroying my current world, unless I can find another one nearby. I get the impression. I mean, I went quite a ways in the other one and I didn't see anything like this. This is absolutely bonkers. So, all right, I've got to head south to where I'm used to having other things build. I think this would put me about where the castle is. The castle and part of the amusement park area would probably be just over there because spawn is that way. So if I fly far enough east, I should run to that taiga forest. Because I think that's 1.14 generation. It may not be. But if I keep going east, actually, because locate end city. Could not find that structure nearby. Okay. Because if it's the same as it is for 114 115 when I generated the eastern areas where that's where my end city is, then all of that should be relatively close to being the same. So I'm gonna oh yeah, okay, so here's the coral reef, which means all of this doesn't exist in my world because my generation is world gen is different from this one. So if I keep flying this way, okay, so this is where the dock is. So if the dock is here, okay, that's different because this is a solid mountain in my current world. Oh, this is cool. I kind of want to like put stone here and like carve it off or like on the outside like it's a tunnel and keep it. Wow, this is like an actual canyon. Look at this. But anyway, I'm so distracted. Like take this stone arch and finish it and build like a pirate ship because it feels very piratey. All right, I wonder if I'm close enough to the end city now. Still can't find it. Interesting. Interesting. So I wonder where the end city is. If it's so, I wonder if it's just not generated, so it doesn't know where it is. Let's see if I can find underground, because it should be in this vicinity, if it's even still here. I might need to use an ender pearl because the world can't find it. Or maybe it doesn't actually exist because of the way it's generated. Holy cow. This is cool. I know I keep saying that. I keep saying that because it is. Okay, so let's assume for the moment that there is no end portal. I do know that on the eastern side there should be a pillager tower. How about a mansion? There's a mansion over there too. Let's try a mansion. Oh, there it is. Part of it anyway. Maybe if I turn the render distance down. Drop it to 13. Maybe it'll load a bit faster. There we go. A little bit better. So the mansion's intact and still here. So if I head west and a little bit south. So the pillager tower I found is not where I thought it was going to be. It's actually about 2,000 blocks in a different direction. And I might have the coordinates wrong when I looked it up. I don't recall it being at almost perfectly Y0 because I had to use the locate command to track it down. But this is not the terrain that is around that pillager tower. This is all the plains biome, and that over there is if I recall correctly, it's a sunflower biome. Sunflower Valley or something like that. So this water doesn't exist in my current world for this pillager tower. So we can see that for the most part, except for where the caves part of this update like come up through the bottom of the terrain gen, the overworld is largely untouched, which is kind of cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how the mountain generation actually affects all of this. I'm really looking forward to this update quite a bit. I'm actually kind of shocked we got this kind of an update this quickly. I didn't expect to see anything that adjusted for train gen for, I don't know, until at least May at the absolute soonest, because this is some really, really complicated stuff. And Mojang doesn't like to put out this kind of terrain generation too early, but they have been very, very feedback heavy requesting on this one. So I guess it's not terribly surprising that they're kind of really pushing that early. They probably feel like they want some better feedback to better cater to the players, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far, especially that cave underneath spawn. It's really kind of gotten my wheels turning in my head of what I would like to do going forward. I was kind of on the edge of, well, I mean, it'd be kind of neat, but I really don't want to reset. I still don't want to reset. But now I'm having ideas of, okay, well, if I did, or maybe I should, what? What? Is it, okay, I don't know what this is. I've never seen one of these. It looks like it's supposed to be like an ocean monument temple thing for drowned, but it's made out of smooth sandstone. That's neat. There's a surprise around every corner. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this here. This has been kind of a fun little adventure and jaunt through this update. Got my wheels turning quite a bit. I hope to see you all again this soon. See you later. Bye-bye now.